Welcome to this great radio ride. This is On Board with Ernest Kanjo. We are beginning the journey. And like I said, our main passenger is Cameroon's most beautiful lady who resides in the United States of America. Her name is Vinielle Acha-morfaw, the 2015 Miss Cameroon US of A. Let us go to Maryland and find out if our main passenger on this great radio ride is already with us. Vinielle, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. How is Maryland today?
It's kind of cold, but besides that, it's fine.
So, can we say so far so good in that status as the new Miss Cameroon US of A?
Yes.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I was crowned in June, so it's kind of sunken in by now. But at first, I was definitely surprised, and I was thrilled to win. But it's definitely been a new experience for me.
Right. Now, do you become a completely different human being when you pick up the status of a beauty queen, or you just live a normal life like other people?
I like to tell people I live the same life.
Okay.
The crown and title doesn't change who I am. I'm the same person.
That's fantastic. Okay, like I said, you are Miss Cameroon 2015 USA, of course, and you are the main passenger on this great radio ride. So I'll be with you throughout. Once again, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the decor having been planted, let us begin this great radio ride, musically speaking, with good pieces of music coming to you from Cameroon's center region. His name is Biba Bifana. Let's listen to this one titled Les Maitos.
C'est toujours lui. Show! Naïdi Kamso. Avant le virement, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le paiement, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le salaire, oh. C'est toujours lui. Avant le virement, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le paiement, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le salaire, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant de toucher, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le virement, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le paiement, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant le salaire, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. Avant de toucher, oh, il m'a fait des promesses. On doit t'aider. Et s'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait me flatter. S'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait me tchatcher. S'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait m'embarquer. S'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait me couper. Le Gambo à Paris. S'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait me flatter. S'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait me tchatcher. S'il m'a fait des promesses, oh, parce qu'il voulait m'embarquer. S'il m'a fait des promesses,
Beautiful piece of music there coming to you from Biba B. Fana, titled Le Maitos, and it's coming to you from Apex One Radio. You're listening to On Board with Ernest Kanjo, with the main passenger on board being Miss Cameroon 2015. That is Miss Cameroon USA. Her name is Vinielle Acha-morfaw. Once again, you're welcome on board, Vinielle.
Thank you.
Now, Vinielle, tell me, were you born in the United States of America?
Yes, I was born and raised in the USA.
And have you been out of the U.S. since you were born?
Yes, I have. I have been to Cameroon when I was 3 years old, but I can't remember that too well. I'm planning a trip to go back home in January, so I'll be back home soon in less than a month.
Okay.
So I've been out the country.
How do you feel about that? Are you excited, anxious?
Yeah, I'm very excited and anxious at the same time, just because I haven't been there in a long time, so I'm not really sure what to expect and how things will be.
Right. And just tell us how your childhood was. Do you remember some of the things that actually marked your upbringing?
Yes, I come from a big family of 5, and I always had my older sisters to look up to, and they always motivated me, and they were just a great example. So that's definitely how I've been raised today, to just never give up on anything.
And from what part of Cameroon do you hail?
The southwest region of the BLM division. I am Bangwa.
Okay.
My parents were born and raised in Kumba, K-Town.
Right. And if you decided to become Miss Cameroon, it means you are so attached to Cameroon, even though you are physically away from that country. Do you speak some mother tongues, some Cameroonian mother tongues, especially yours?
No, I don't. And we're from the Anglophone side as well, so we don't speak French. My dad never taught me, and he speaks it.
But now, do you nurse plans of learning French and other Cameroonian mother tongues now that you fast becoming an ambassador of that country?
Yes, I have been trying to learn some greetings so that I know when I go back in January. But me learning it fluently, I don't have anyone in my family to speak it to because no one speaks French. So it's kind of like if I learn it, I don't know how I'm going to put it to use and practice all the time.
Right. Well, that notwithstanding, you are determined, right?
Yes. Very.
Okay. I also understand you are in school right now. What do you study?
Yes, I'm a full-time nursing student at Towson University, and it's actually during finals time, so I have a lot of work to do.
That's interesting. And why did you choose nursing?
I've always just been really passionate about helping other people, and with nursing, it allows me to do exactly that.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. And when did you decide to become a beauty pageant, and what actually motivated you?
The story behind this is kind of funny because I always did the whole modeling side of things. And then I was on Facebook one day and I saw an ad that said, register for a pageant. And that's how it all started. And since then, I've just been competing.
Right. And have you ever been attached to an agency?
Yes. When I was younger, I was signed to L&M.
Okay.
But as I grew older, school was my primary focus. And, of course, my parents emphasized that education is first and priority. So I kind of put that on the back burner of things. And now I'm in nursing school, so that's even pushed back even more.
Right. And apart from the 2015 Miss Cameroon USA, which are some of the beauty contests you've taken part in so far? What was your performance?
I've competed in many systems. I've competed in the Miss United States systems, and I've gotten runner-up. And then I competed in this Miss Collegiate America system, and I won Miss Maryland Collegiate. So I was beauty queen for a year in that system, and it was a really good experience.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so just catch your breath there. We'll be right back with you, Vinielle Acha-morfaw, the 2015 Miss Cameroon USA. She resides in Maryland. Okay, let's have some music. Then we'll be right back with our beauty queen.
Yakana peva, wana wawama, yo tiko mobianco, yo timbi kapola, yo nyubo kinesi, gawa kati. Hey yeah, I know, I never will you know. It's a lie, c'est très fort. C'est mytho, c'est chigolo, c'est escroc, c'est macro. I know. Oh, you know. En direct du studio, la Clave Records à Lausanne, avec un maestro, Luisito. Jean-Michel Ndi, le président Jibril à Lausanne. Christian Gomez, le commandant Soalam. Francis Monte. C'est petit, Eric Atoua, c'est petit, yo ne taliban. Le taliban de l'ambiance à Lausanne.
A one-on-one radio journey that has the 2015 Miss Cameroon United States of America on board as the main passenger. You're listening to Apex One Radio. And we are talking to Vinielle Acha-morfaw ahead of her social trip to Cameroon, where she will be involved in a cancer awareness campaign. And she is talking to Apex One Radio before that great trip. And this is On Board with Ernest Kanjo. Let us move back to Maryland to continue our conversation with the beauty queen. Once again, Vinielle, welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
Now, tell us about the build-up to you are taking part in this year's Miss Cameroon USA contest. How did it happen?
I had known that I wanted to compete in the pageant system, but I was not sure yet which one.
Okay.
So I was looking at the options, and then I chose Miss Cameroon USA because when I was Miss Maryland, I had attended the Cameroon USA, and I saw the Queen get crowned, and I really liked what the system and pageant was all about.
Okay. And prior to this contest, were you optimistic? Did you at any point in time think that you were going to make it?
Yes, I was optimistic for most of the competition. It was very good competitors, and I thought it was a very good competition. But I guess with my experience, it just made me have that much more confidence, and I just thought that I could do it if I tried my best.
Now, take us back to that night in June when your name was pronounced as the new Miss Cameroon USA. As soon as Vinielle Acha-morfaw was pronounced, how did you feel? Describe those feelings to us.
I was actually in shock at first. I watched the video now, and I really did not react until a couple of seconds later, and I realized that they had called my name. And then after, I was like filled with excitement.
So were you surprised?
And joy. Yeah, I was very surprised.
And the rest of the day, how was it with you? The rest of
The
that
rest
night.
of the day?
Mm.
Oh, well, the pageant did start, on typical African time. So by the
Okay.
time the pageant ended, it was like morning, and I didn't do anything the rest of the day. I just went back and went to sleep. And then the next day, I really celebrated.
And what was the reaction from other people? What were people telling you?
Some people were saying, "Oh, I knew you were gonna win. Good job." And then, of course, there's always, they're not so positive, but on the positive side, I got a lot of good, compliments and encouragement.
And we are now almost 6 months gone. That excitement should still be there. Oh, is it gone?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, 6 months on. How are you still feeling?
Oh, I'm still happy. I still think about my title, and I still sometimes I think like it's not real that I actually won, because there was a lot of obstacles that I had to overcome to get this title.
Right. Now, this is a very key and sensitive position as far as your community in the United States is concerned. And you must agree with me, Vinielle, that it comes with a lot of responsibilities, which I would like us to talk about. First, are you psychologically ready for this position and the task that accompanies it?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Before I entered, I made sure I knew what I was getting myself into.
Okay. And I would imagine that you are such a very young person to be able to handle this load psychologically. But you tell me you knew exactly what you were going in for. And what did you have as a social project when you were going in for this contest?
I have always worked with and supported the Pacha Foundation, funded by my family, and it's all about cancer awareness and prevention. So going into the competition, that was my platform, and even throughout my reign as Miss Cameroon USA, that's what I continued to promote.
Okay. And why cancer? Is it such a problem in Cameroon?
Also that a lot of people are very uneducated, one, on how to live a healthy lifestyle, and even they don't have the knowledge on early detection and how to do self-breast examination, for example, for breast cancer. And they don't have the technology at the hospitals to do that.
Right. And so you think that your contribution could go a long way to better the situation?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And how do you intend to execute this apart from just having the the cancer awareness campaign, which is bound for January? Is there any other thing that you're going to add to this?
Yes, I am planning a fundraiser as well, but first I'm going to focus on the trip since it's less than a month away. And when I get back to the USA, I want to have a fundraiser and donate the funds to the foundation, and it can help other cancer patients.
And before we continue, let me find out from you how long this mandate is going to last.
How long?
How long your mandate as Miss Cameroon USA going to last? Is it just 1 year?
Oh, yes, it's 1 year that we all get to reign as a queen.
Which means that as we speak, we already halfway gone into your mandate, right?
Yes.
And so you have 6 more months to achieve your plans. And is it much time for you, or you think that if there was a possibility, you could be added more time?
I think 1 year is a perfect time for any queen to, accomplish her mission and live out her platform. It's a lot of time.
Right. And tell me, how concerned have you been with development back in Cameroon? Do you really, has that been, something that bothers you?
Yes, I know in Cameroon it's not as developed as some other African countries if you want to compare it. And I think that a lot needs to be done, but it takes more than one person to make this happen.
Wow. Okay, it takes more than one person to make development happen. The voice of Vinielle Acha-morfaw, our main passenger on this great radio ride. She's speaking to Apex One Radio and, of course, telling us about her social mission, which she hopes to accomplish by the end of her mandate. This is On Board with Ernest Kanjyo. Let's have some music. Then, when we come back, we shall negotiate the next Ben.
Je suis le président de la République de l'ambiance, so don't come again, man. Levez-vous et dansez. Si tu m'aimes pour mon compte en banque, ça c'est l'intérêt. Un jour la banque peut faire faillite. L'amour s'en ira. Tu m'aimes pour ma jolie voiture, ça c'est l'intérêt. Mais le moteur là peut couler. L'amour s'en ira. Bébé, je t'aime pour ta belle poitrine. Ça c'est l'intérêt. Oh, la poitrine là peut tomber. L'amour s'en ira. Je t'aime pour ta jolie démarche. Ça c'est l'intérêt. Un jour tu peux perdre le feeling. L'amour s'en ira. En amour, y'a pas d'intérêt. C'est pas comment ça vient, on ne sait pas comment ça va. On aime un point, c'est tout. En amour, c'est comme ça. Bébé, je t'aime, un point, c'est tout. En amour, y a pas d'intérêt. C'est pas comment ça vient, on ne sait pas comment ça va. On aime un point, c'est tout. En amour, c'est comme ça. Bébé, je t'aime. Oh. Toi, tu m'aimes parce que je sais chanter. Ça, c'est l'intérêt. Si un jour l'inspiration s'en va, l'amour s'en ira. Tu m'aimes parce que je vis avec un besoin. Ça, c'est l'intérêt. Si un jour je suis rapatrié, l'amour s'en ira. Tu m'aimes parce que tu me vois à la télé. Ça, c'est l'intérêt. Et le jour que le câble va couper, l'amour s'en ira. Je t'aime pour ton gros succès. Ça, c'est l'intérêt. Ah non, le succès là peut finir. L'amour s'en ira. En amour, y a pas d'intérêt. C'est pas comment ça vient, on ne sait pas comment ça va. On aime un point, c'est tout. En amour, c'est comme ça. Hey, bébé, je t'aime, oh, c'est pas. Hey, en amour, y a pas d'intérêt. C'est pas comment ça vient, on ne sait pas comment ça va. On aime un point, c'est tout. En amour, c'est comme ça. Bébé, je t'aime, un point, c'est tout. Hey, oh, hey, oh, oh, oh. T'arrêtes pas, t'arrêtes pas. Faut pas l'aimer parce qu'elle a si. Ça c'est l'intérêt. Parce que si un jour elle n'a plus ça, l'amour s'en ira. Faut pas l'aimer parce qu'il a si. Ça c'est l'intérêt. Parce que si un jour il n'a plus ça, l'amour s'en ira. Si aujourd'hui tu m'aimes pour mon boulot, bébé wama. Et si un jour je suis limogé, hey, si je t'aime pour ton beau corps chéri, avec le poids de l'âge tout peut changer. Toi tu m'aimes parce que je sais chanter. Ça c'est l'intérêt.
A country with an enviable cultural heritage, Cameroon, they call it Africa in Miniature. What a beautiful piece of music they titled Saint Enterre. And of course, the author is Expo de Benz. You're listening to Apex One Radio. And of course, the one-on-one interview with Vinielle Acha-morfaw. She is the 2015 Miss Cameroon US of A. And this is On Board with Ernest Kanjyo. Let's go back to Maryland, where the beauty queen is right back with us. Vinielle, you're welcome once again.
Hello.
Okay, so Vinielle, tell me, you have been in close contact with your base. I'm talking about Cameroon, even though you've not been there physically for quite a while, but you should be able to understand what the needs of the people there are. What do you think is the most pressing problem which beauty queens like you should be looking up to? As far as
the biggest problem that we should be looking up to?
Yes.
Can you please... biggest problem that we were looking up to? I don't understand.
So now, let me put it this way. What do you think the people of Cameroon need most, which beauty queens like you should kind of look into?
Okay. Well, every queen has a different platform and a problem that they feel could be looked into more. And for me, I would say the cancer side, because I see that there's a lot of deaths that happen from cancer because of, the lack of education and lack of technology there for people and money. So I think the healthcare system could do a lot better.
Right. The healthcare system needs to be developed better. And your background in nursing is something which is definitely going to help your country someday. Do you nurse such plans of using your nursing to help Cameroon someday?
Yes, definitely. The foundation, the Pacha Foundation, we have a medical mission every year in Cameroon.
Okay.
And I definitely plan to go back there one summer and do a medical mission as a nurse and help others.
Let us go back to the cancer awareness campaign, which you intend to carry out come January. Have you had support from some organizations as yet?
I am working with the Pacha Foundation back in Cameroon, so
Okay.
I'm organizing a visit to the hospitals, and that's basically who I've been working with there, because the only organization I really work with is the Pacha Foundation. No other organization, that's supporting me.
Prior to this campaign, you launched a GoFundMe site requiring people to support you. How has it been going on so far? Have people been reacting positively?
No, not as much as I had expected. I did put out my GoFundMe a little bit late, so I could have sent it out earlier, but I was waiting for the other part to come together, so I just had to wait on that before I was able to post the link. But I think that I still should be fine regardless.
Now, have you been in touch with Cameroonian authorities since you became Miss Cameroon USA?
No, I have not, but when here in the USA, we were able to meet the ambassador of Cameroon, and I also went to the embassy, and I met some of the other staff members that work with him, so it was a good experience.
And when you met the Cameroonian ambassador to the US of A, what was he telling you, and what did you tell him?
Oh, he gave us a lot of good advice. He was just basically telling us that we're young women who can definitely make a difference in the world, and we should keep up the good work, to sum it up.
And during your stay in Cameroon, you probably love to meet some people and talk to them as well. Who do you have in mind? Could be the Minister of Public Health.
Definitely. Sorry?
I say it could be the Minister of Public Health. It could even be the Prime Minister and whosoever you love to meet. But who do you have in mind? Who do you really want to meet when you get to Cameroon?
Well, my director is trying to make plans so I can have the opportunity to meet the First Lady.
Okay.
And my aunt is also Miss Vinielle Acha-morfaw, and she has a big, public status in Cameroon, so I'll also be visiting her as well.
Okay, that should be fantastic. And when you do meet these people, what will you be telling them? What will you actually require from them?
First, I just like to start off with the issues that are going on and how we can work together to fix them before I demand any type of change. We just need to assess things first and see what needs to be changed.
Right. Okay, we are going to take another very brief musical break. And when we come back, I would like us to look at the girl-child education, which has been a big issue, not only in Cameroon, but on the African continent in general. So, Vinielle, stay with us. We'll be right back with you.
Écoute le message. bobi o pingu mo o wotene malo na motoni mola pumo kama yele l'être humain est bâti du bonheur gâché. Il a déjà bafouillé tout ce que Dieu a créé. Oh, multipliez-vous n'est pas synonyme d'abus. Multipliez-vous n'est pas synonyme d'excès. Quand l'homme a compris que la belle femme est décidée, c'est là où tout s'est gâté. Suivez mon regard et vous ne va jamais. Les résultats n'ont pas tardé à tomber. Par exemple, quoi tu ris pas si t'appliques pas là. Doucement humain, mais devient sexuel. Et vous cessez désirer. Les enfants abandonnés. Avortement volontaire. Au mariage pour tous. Corruption et jalousie. Abus d'autorité, par-ci par-là, l'inceste de tout genre. Et vous, les vieux le sont perpétrés. Harcèlement sexuel des raisons de chantage. Les pères connus, les SDF. Quel désordre! Among les Abinamo, Nangaye Nasiboye. Metela zena kuma kwesta uzene asemetanga belamba fana kwetendo belamba fana kwetendo basili bote baye mezene na belamba mezelo basili bote baye mezene na belamba mezelo belamba fana kwetendo belamba fana kwemanga ye manezana kuba kasigi kokuya kuboyiri. Sans problème, j'en m'a donné ma tourne d'allô, c'est les partisans.
You are listening to On Board with Ernest Kanjo, a top-profile face-to-face interview that presents some of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, making the continent proud. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, just on Apex One Radio. Get on board and be Kanjo's next passenger.
This is a one-on-one radio conversation that focuses on some of the sons and daughters that make the African continent proud. And one of them is Vinielle Acha-morfaw, the 2015 Miss Cameroon USA. She is the main passenger on this radio ride. And of course, she's speaking from MD, that is Maryland, as she braces to go home for an awareness campaign that will dwell on cancer. Vinielle, welcome once again.
Hello.
Okay, let us look at this very important topic which has been in the headlines for quite some time now. I'm talking about child education. And even though there has been some improvements in this aspect, girl child education remains a major concern in several African communities, with fewer girls going to school and many more forced into early marriages. Have you ever been told about this, or have you read about this phenomenon?
Have I ever been told about the childhood education phenomenon?
Yeah, girl child education, which still remains a problem in Africa. That is,
yes, I have.
a situation where fewer girls go to school and families prefer to send male children to school than the female ones.
Yep, I've heard of this.
What is your take on that?
I think that a woman can do anything a man can do. So it's very important that they both receive the same treatment and can obtain an education. So I don't support it.
Right. And do you think this is an issue which social ambassadors like you should be addressing?
I definitely think it's something that we can speak about, but just like I said earlier, it takes way more than one person to make a change. So it is a start if we do speak up.
Right. And what advice would you have for families who think that girl children should stay at home and get involved in domestic activities and the boys go to school?
I don't think that that's what the girls should be forced to do. I feel like it should be a choice. If they want to do so, then you can allow them to. But I think that education is a priority and knowledge is power in this world today.
Right. Okay. Do you interact with other Cameroonians in Maryland?
Besides my family and events that I go to and make appearances, yes, but not outside of that.
Now, I ask this question because you've literally become the Cameroonian eye in that community and even the whole of the United States of America. And so your compatriots should naturally expect, that you interact with them, talk to them, get to know their problems, and get involved in seeking solutions to such problems.
Yes, I have definitely gotten more involved, especially since I've been crowned in the Cameroonian community.
And the United States is quite a big place. I should call it a continent. And I understand it's a Herculean task to be able to, move all over the United States. But then you wear a crown that represents your country in the USA. And naturally, Cameroonians in other states should expect to have you come around and, talk to them. Do you have that you have that on your agenda as well?
Do I have? Yes, I do. I try to interact with as much people as I can and go in the community and help others. And just like you said, talk to other people.
And have you had some solicitations already? Have you had some invitations of some Cameroonian communities wanting you to stop by perhaps for an event or so?
Yes, I get requests weekly, and I'm always getting invites to different places. They're very welcoming of me, and they're interested to know what I have to say.
Okay. And apart from being a beauty queen, what other areas of art can you be identified with?
I am an athlete. I competed a lot in track and field I'm still young, but when I was younger, I was in high school. But I can't sing or really dance, so that's not my art.
Right. Now, one of the things which Cameroon is well reputed for or known for is its cultural heritage, its music, its cinema, and other aspects of culture. How involved or how attached are you to the Cameroonian culture?
I'm definitely attached. I like listening to the music. And, of course, I love the food. So those two aspects of Cameroon culture I know very well.
Okay. And just how much of Cameroonian music, for instance, do you consume?
I wouldn't say a lot. Like, it's not the first thing on my playlist, but I do listen to it occasionally, especially when I go to parties.
Right. And you're a model. What about Cameroonian outfit? Do you get to wear them?
I typically just wore them for my competition at the national pageant, Miss Africa USA, and at Miss Cameroon. And then if I go to any family parties. And that's just where I wear them to.
Okay. And how does a typical working day look like for Miss Cameroon, USA? Could you just describe your day to us?
How typical day? Well, since I am a full-time nursing student, my day starts pretty early at 8 o'clock in the morning. I go to class, come back, study, and study.
Wow.
And then I just sleep, wake up, do the same thing again.
Wow. And when you are not studying, what else do you do?
I love being social, and I like hanging out with my friends when I'm not doing my schoolwork. So I just like, going out to eat, shopping, just normal things every girl likes to do.
Okay. Let's have one last musical break. Then when we come back, we'll put on off this conversation. Once again, thanks for accepting this interview, Vinielle Acha-morfaw.
Thank you for having me.
Alexis E in that beautiful one titled Ekongolo is coming to you from Apex One Radio, and you're listening to On Board with Ernest Kanjo. On Board with Ernest Kanjo is a great radio ride that has as passenger any illustrious son or daughter of the great African continent who is making that continent proud. And today we're receiving Vinielle Acha-morfaw, Miss Cameroon USA 2015. Vinielle, welcome once again.
Hello, welcome.
I understand you've taken part in several other beauty contests, and you must have interacted quite much with other beauty queens. What is your relationship with them?
We get along pretty well. I still keep in contact with many of the girls, actually. Despite the stigma of pageant girls, not being friends, that's not true.
Right. And when you meet with other beauty queens, what do you guys share together? Do you talk about your various countries and so on?
Yeah, we definitely talk about our countries. But besides that, we just talk about life in general, just like any normal conversation two people would have.
Okay. And tell me, you haven't been to Cameroon for a very long while, but I guess you still find time to savor some Cameroonian delicacy. Which is your favorite Cameroonian dish?
I wouldn't say it was a complete dish, but I love coffee corn.
Coffee corn.
That's my favorite.
Right.
I need to learn how to make that though.
Okay, that's interesting. And do you have some people you look up to as role models?
Yes, I definitely look up to some celebrities as well as, of course, my mother.
Right. Okay, so like you said earlier on, you will be making this very important trip to Cameroon come January. Do you have any specific schedule as yet? When are they expecting you in Cameroon? And when you get there, how is it going to look like? Are you going to move from town to town, city to city, village to village?
Yes, I'm actually going to 3 places that I have planned.
Okay. And so Cameroonians should be expecting Miss Cameroon USA in January.
Yes, in January.
Okay.
You'll see me.
Right. That's fantastic. And what do you hope to achieve from this trip? What are your expectations?
My expectation is just giving back to the community. Again, I'm only one person. So even if it's just a small amount of people, it's better than nothing, and I'm sure that they'll appreciate it.
Okay. Now, even before you go to Cameroon, where you are definitely going to meet this young and aspiring girl who wants to be like you, or who would want to be like you, I want you to use this medium to advise her. Now, just tell that little child who's listening to you at this moment, and who is aspiring, I don't know what they want to become or where their dreams are leading them to, but maybe a word from you could go a long way to encourage them to realize these dreams.
Yes, this sounds very cliche, but we always say the sky is the limit. I never imagined myself being where I was today. I was always more of the athlete, and then I turned into pageant queen. So I definitely say just never give up and follow your dreams.
Okay, don't just ever give up, but follow your dreams. Vinielle Acha-morfaw, 2015 Miss Cameroon USA, who was our main passenger on this great radio ride. Vinielle, it was nice having you. How did you find our brief radio talk today?
I really enjoyed talking to you and being interviewed.
And do you hope to have more of such radio talks?
Yes, I really enjoy doing interviews on the radio.
Okay, just before we go away, could you just say one or two things to some people? If you are asked to pay tribute to some people who've supported you in all of what you've done so far, who are these people and what can you tell them?
Definitely want to thank my mother. She's been there with me through every pageant I've ever competed in. Everyone knows her in my little pageant community. Right. And also Miss Lady Kate, which is the director of Miss Cameroon USA and Miss Africa USA. She's been very supportive and like a second mother to me.
Okay, hopefully the message has gone through. Thank you so much once again, Vinielle Acha-morfaw. We hope to have you on the airwaves of Apex One Radio, probably when you are back from Cameroon, to tell us about what would have transpired. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And do have a fantastic rest of the evening out there in Maryland. And so that is how we have finally arrived our destination on this great radio ride on board with Ernest Kanjo that had Miss Cameroon USA 2015 as main passenger. Thank you so much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We hope to meet you again when we would have kicked off on our next ride. May God bless you.
Look.